so sorry.
All right, talking with Tamia Yeager and Coach Sebastian Foreman of Spanaway Lake. And Tamia is the individual state 3A champion. And Tamia, not only did you win the state championship, your fifth game was also the highest individual game of all three tournaments.
I didn't know that.
Yes, by one pin. You had 236.
Oh.
The 4A champion had a 235, and I think the 2A runner-up had a 234.
Oh, wow.
So 230. So yeah, that I go. She needs that strike at the end for the 236, or no, I think it was a 10 pin.
I think it was a 10.
It was a 10 pin.
Yeah.
You needed that for otherwise you were going to tie. So and you picked up the 10 pin for the high game as
And
well.
I'm sure I was there, and I was probably like, I know I was at that last game for sure.
That last game. Okay, let's talk about the first three games that really set the tone. 216, 226, 226. You really got in a groove. What was working for you best?
I recently just moved to a 5-step, so maybe this last Sunday I was walking a totally different way. And shout out to my coach Foreman, and then I also have a coach at OBBA, Dean Buchanan. So we've been working on a lot of different things, both of them collaborating, and I really felt those first three games, everything starting to come together. I just felt awesome, like physically, like I've never felt before. So I think I just reminded myself to stay slow, pick up my spares, and see where that takes me. And obviously it did pretty good.
Right, exactly. Now, speaking of spares, after you rolled that 236, you probably felt, well, I don't know if you knew exactly how far. I think you knew you had a pretty. I think you knew you had a lead, though, right?
Yeah.
And so you got off. I mean, the first 5 frames, you had 3 opens. What was your mindset in that last game?
I was trying to dial it in. You know, I was trying to be the best teammate that I could and still be there, but I was sitting back. I was kind of just breathing, and I was like, I can do this. I can do this. I've done it before, and I was like, I need to do something, or else I've seen this in the past, in past tournaments, it just spirals out of control. So I was like, I'm going to change. I'm going to do something different. I took control of the game.
You know, and I've seen that this whole week. And Coach, you know that more than anything. You can get off. I mean, again, the 2A champion, her first game was a 110.
Yeah,
she comes back.
Awesome.
So, just staying in it. Absolutely. Coach Foreman, how important is that with Tamia, of course?
She has matured so much from the young woman we saw last year, who finished third in state, who missed a 10, who won 2 10s actually. She missed 2 10s in the final that would have given her the title last year. Yeah, she has been. She's worked her tail off. You know, credit to her family for being there and supporting her. They support this program in many ways, and we're thankful for that. But Tamia's approach to practice leads off on her teammates. We have seen an increase in how diligent our girls are about practicing now. And Tamia and Elena both have brought this program to a point where we're succeeding consistently, that we've created a culture where girls are wanting to join this program, be a part of it, and be really good at it. And I can't thank them enough. I'm proud of her. Like I am. She gives me credit, but this like she is Dean's prodigy, and he's done a lot of work. Her parents have done a lot of work. I've learned a lot talking to her parents, talking to even today. You know, we're talking about in that maybe the 6th game we're struggling a little bit. You know, even we're talking together, working some things out, making sure some things are good, and it's just like she is not the same to me that she was last year, or as a freshman. So, I love you.
Once you got to that 5th frame and you had 3 opens, and then was that 6th frame you got the strike? Were you in your mind in the last game?
Okay, yeah.
In your mind, was it not going to happen again this year? I'm going to put a stop to that right now.
Was it in the 9th frame? You said?
The 6th frame you struck after 3 opens. In the 5th, 3 opens through the 5. It was like that 6th. You looked and it just buried. Because clearly I'm watching we're watching along on who's doing what, and it was like, okay, it just felt like, okay, right then and there she said, this isn't going to happen again. I don't know where I am, but I'm not taking any chances.
I had a talk with my mom. I came up to her and I was like, I just don't know what I'm doing. And then she was like, Tamia, I'm going to tell you right now. Because usually she's the nice one, like, oh, it's okay. She was playing
very
the dad,
true.
She was playing the dad role today.
She was playing Tim this
She was
this
like, I'm
afternoon.
telling you right now, Tamia, you have a chance and you need to turn this around. And I was like, okay. So I didn't know what ball, but I made a ball change. I switched to a ball that I've been throwing all day. I don't know why I switched out of it. You know, I switched back to it and I literally went back to exactly what I was doing when we first started. And I told myself, I said, change it. I can do this. It's a lot of self-affirmation. I just constantly telling myself, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can do this. And it paid off. And, you know, but yeah, I put my foot down this time. I said, not just gonna let up. I'm gonna stay strong. And it came out in the end. Really grateful.
Well, congratulations. You guys have the Bakers tomorrow.
Yes.
You got a big hill to climb in front of you, but there's a bigger hill behind you. So it's really Kennewick and you are the top two. Heck of a race really going on for the rest of them.
Oh, I love that program out there in Kennewick. Tom's got those droves. He's got that program dialed in, and I hope to be able to emulate that with our program. So he and I are good friends. Tomorrow, I told him if we're within 400, I honestly believe that we can catch them and make it a good race, and I believe that we're at 350, maybe 320 and some change.
Yeah.
So we're there. No, it's a little bit of a hill, but we'll be right. We'll be 100% tomorrow.
All right, it'll be fun to watch.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Sir.
Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Yes.